It's Sky Hayes here, Elite Pro 8 out of Austin, Texas. Good evening and welcome to our Think Like a Pro weekly Wednesday training Zoom call. Talking about diversity and inclusion. Think Like a Pro is a team of elite cross-line leaders. That's right, cross-line leaders in LifeVantage, committed to provide and teach you the right principles and behaviors, as well as bringing you the excitement each week. And tonight we are going to rock your world as we have got one of the best elite trainers in LifeVantage, Erika Dale, our Elite Pro 7 leader out of Indianapolis, Indiana. Well, believe it or not, she has no clue how much I admire her leadership. And now it's no longer a secret, Erika. So thank you for saying yes to my invitation. And guys, I just wanted to basically let you know that we might go beyond 30 minutes tonight, but it's okay. This is going to be worth it. I promise you. Even so, Erika said that she will entertain a little bit, a few minutes of Q&A. How cool is that? So buckle up, you guys. Stay with us. And now let me give you a little bit of her background. Erika is happily married to Jesse, her husband, and they are both athletes and gym enthusiasts. Oh my goodness, working long hours, managing the gym, and then finally, they found a better way and build that six-figure income in just a few short years, achieving both health and financial freedom. How cool is that? Do you want to get that freedom as well, you guys? So why don't we learn from the expert and follow her footsteps? Ladies and gentlemen, the woman of the hour, Elite Pro 7, Erika Dale. Take it away, my friend.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kai. Thank you guys for having me here. I am excited. I'm excited to train on social media. When Kai asked me to do this, I said, well, what are you hoping for? And she said, well, social media, of course. And I said, of course. So that's kind of my wheelhouse. I talk kind of fast, but I am going to hopefully have some time for Q&A. So jot down your questions and we'll see what we can get to. You guys can always connect with me outside of this. So follow me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, etc. And, never hesitate to reach out. Get into people's messenger, whether it's me or other elites or other leaders in this industry, because that's how you learn, and we're fortunate to be getting back to in-person events. And I personally cannot wait because I want to surround myself with people who are doing more and who I can learn from. So just a little background inside of LifeVantage. In the last almost 6 years, I've enrolled over 800 people. And I would say about 95% of that has been from social media. As Kai mentioned, I was managing a gym when I first got involved, and I was working sometime 12 hours a day. So you guys can relate to that. I didn't have the opportunity to go get a part-time job because my hours typically went till 8 or 9 at night. And I desperately needed extra income. So this was presented to me and I said, if this thing can make me a few $100 a month, I'll no longer be living less than paycheck to paycheck. In fact, the day that I said yes to LifeVantage, I had $226 in my bank account and a whole lot of debt. So if you have people in your world that are telling you I don't have the time and I don't have the income, please share my story, because that was my excuse too. But at 31 years old, I said, you know what, if you don't have the time and you don't have the income, what are you doing to change your story? And I couldn't answer the question. I had nothing else going in order to get myself out of that situation. So LifeVantage came at a time where I needed it desperately. And I had to figure out how to maximize social media because, again, I was working a lot of hours. I didn't really have the opportunity to go and do the traditional way of building a network marketing company, belly to belly, face to face, coffee appointments, home meetings, hotel meetings. And also, if anyone's been around for the last, 18 months, a lot of us have had to have a halt to that. Unfortunately, that was put on us. So I am super passionate about social media, but I want to teach you guys how to do it the right way. And I know there's people on here that the beginning of this presentation may be a little bit mundane. Maybe you already know it, maybe you're already rocking it, but I want to start from the beginning, and then I'm going to give you some, a little higher level training as well. What I always teach when I'm coaching social media and talking to someone is just like when you're getting started in LifeVantage, you probably don't know what you're doing, right? It can become frustrating. And so we want to be like Sally here on this slide. We want to stay hopeful, right? So if you're new to social media, and I don't care what platform it is, anyone, like I just recently got over on TikTok, and I'm like, I don't know TikTok. It's frustrating, right? So if you're just new to Facebook or Instagram, or maybe you're going to start a YouTube channel, any platform that you're looking at, you're going to have a moment of frustration. You might have several moments of frustration, but we want you to stay hopeful and just know that you're learning and you're going to get better. The more and more you learn, the more and more you implement. We don't want to be like Frank, right? Frustrated Frank. He's just not going to learn. He's going to give up. He's going to try it one time and he's going to quit. And let me tell you, if you give it the time, the patience that you need, if you study it, if you figure it out, eventually it just becomes second nature. So we want you to stay hopeful like Sally. Now there's three top places for social media. We have Facebook, we have Instagram, we have YouTube. I would throw TikTok on here. If you guys aren't using it yet, at least get in there and start to play with it. Now YouTube, not actually social media. In case you guys weren't aware, it's actually a search engine. It's second to Google, and Google actually owns it. So when you venture over to YouTube, and we're going to talk about Facebook tonight because that's my real gem, but if and when you venture over to YouTube, you want to create it as if someone would be searching for your content. So like how-tos, teachable things. That is what people would be searching for. And you can go to Google and type in, when Google likes to finish your sentences, isn't that fun? Whatever's coming up, those are the most populated searches. Same thing for YouTube. So create titles of things that people are already seeking out. But YouTube is great, just for like your sitcom, to really just start, it's a channel, right? It's called a channel for a reason. But I want to focus over on Facebook more than anything. Facebook is your talk show, right? It's social media. It wants you to be social, but at the same time, it is the biggest place for you to grow a business. It has over 2.5 billion users. It says that 1 in every 6 minutes online is spent on Facebook. I'm probably like really bringing up that average. 1 in every 5 minutes is on your phone, on mobile, right? You guys, how many of you, have you ever done this? I'm going to throw myself under the bus. I have been on Facebook on my laptop and then found myself on Facebook on my phone. And I'm like, what are you doing? Because it's just, for me, it's natural instinct. That's one of the first things I ever open up on my phone. I'm not abnormal. There are many people in your network doing the exact same thing. So you need to begin to maximize it. I feel there's nearly unlimited potential to grow your network, right? Because there's constantly new people. I am connecting with new people in Facebook every single day. Now it has to be intentional. But this is where you get to grow your prospects for your business, whether it be customers or distributors. And I feel that we need to go where the people are, which is why I've mentioned TikTok a few times, because it is the new big thing and it's not going away. So again, I would say start with one platform, become the expert of one, but still get yourself out on the others and dabble in those as well. So the first thing that I want you guys to do, and obviously don't go do it right now, go grab the recording or jot down notes, but these are things that you should do for your own personal social media. And if you want someone else to go and audit, go and talk to someone in your leadership, or, hey, could you just do a quick audit of my social media? Someone that will be honest with you. But sometimes it takes a second pair of eyes. But we want to have a few crucial things on our profiles. So your About Me section, this is what mine looks like right now. I just screenshotted this before I hopped on here. What does your About Me say about you? Is it interesting? Are you interesting? Can I contact you offline? Not everyone is just going to message you. We're moving toward that. But if it's 3 a.m. and I can't sleep and I'm like, man, I can't sleep again, and Kai told me about some product that she uses and it helps her with her sleep, man, I'm just going to buy it. How many of you guys have ever bought things at like midnight or 2 a.m. or 3 a.m., right? The late night infomercials or the late night ads on social media. Can I go to your website and order that? Now, I personally recommend not putting your actual LifeVantage website up. My recommendation is grabbing this, it's called Linktree. There's also one called Tiny URL. They're free. And if you go to them, it's fairly simple on how to set that up. So guys, go to my profile later. You can click on my Linktree right there in my About Me. You can see all the things that I offer. So I'll have a hair care cart. I'll have a skincare cart. I'll have an Axio cart. So it's all broken up. So they don't even have to go to the LifeVantage website and kind of play around with it. And then you can have anything else that you offer, right? I offer different things in different business streams. So that's why I personally like that, because you can put so many things, but also it doesn't have your business name. It doesn't say LifeVantage, which will again create a little bit more curiosity. But these are things that I personally recommend. Also in the About Me section, I have my phone number. You may not want to do that. That's completely personal preference. I'm of the believer that if someone gets a hold of me that I really just don't want to contact me, you can block them on your cell phone. But I would rather people get a hold of me that are interested in my business and that can help me grow my business than not be able to get in touch with me. But that's my philosophy. The last part I want to tell you about is right under your name. Make sure this little bio is intriguing. What you want people to be like, what is biohacking? How do you biohack? Or you can put, I've seen 31 peer reviewed, or 7 times patents, or the little yellow activator, like something that creates a little bit of curiosity. I've seen, I just saw today a guy who's a nutrition coach, and his says, I help women and busy moms get the body of their dreams, something like that. So again, is it interesting and does it draw people in? That's what we want. If you want your bio to look like mine, where it has the emojis, here's your hack. Go to mine, copy and paste it over into like a Word doc or a notepad, change up the words, and then copy and paste it into your About Me bio section. Otherwise, Facebook has changed and it won't let you do it. So that's my 2 cents on how to change that up if you like emojis like I do. The next thing is your cover photo. Your cover photo, again, it needs to stand out. The cool thing about a cover photo is you can play around with it a little bit more. You have a little more leeway. If you're into, let's just say, gardening, and you want to have like a beautiful picture of your garden or flowers, or maybe it's a scenery from your last vacation, you can play around with that and do different things. It doesn't have to be branded like mine. I wouldn't recommend product pictures, because again, we still want to have a little bit of that attraction marketing and curiosity. Maybe you've had a weight loss transformation. Maybe put your before and after up there if you're comfortable with that. Again, just what is it that makes it interesting about you? But again, we want it to stand out. We want it to be eye appealing. I recommend, if you're really good and creative, go and make your own. Go to canva.com. It's free. You can have the exact measurements for your cover photo, throw in pictures. They have some that are already created. You can add to them. Or if you're like me, not super creative, I paid someone on Fiverr $5 and they did it for me. I sent them all these pictures. The background, if you can see, is my Jeep from LifeVantage and my logo, and they put this little collage together. I don't know how to do this, and I don't have the patience to learn. So that's my 2 recommendations. There's a ton of other apps you guys can go and use to get a custom made one as well. And then your profile picture. Now, if you have a profile picture that is not of you, ideally mainly your face, I would recommend changing it. Now, I have a caveat to this, but this is Facebook, guys. People want to know who you are. So if you have a picture of your pets, or a blank picture, or not, no profile picture at all, I would highly recommend that being the first thing you change in your Facebook. Use your smartphone. If you have a smartphone, they take really high quality pictures. You do not need to go and have some photo shoot done or anything crazy. If you're a male, particularly a single male, if you have kids or a girlfriend or a pet, I would recommend putting them in the picture with you. If you're reaching out to people on social media, unfortunately, women already have their guard up. So if you're a male, I would put a picture of you and your spouse, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your whatever, your pets, just not necessarily you. Or I would be okay if you want to put a picture of your family, but make sure you're in it, not just a picture of your kids, because people aren't friending your kids, they're friending you. They want to get to know you, not your children, right? They like when you post about your children, definitely, but not as your profile picture. All right, the last part of the social media audit is you want to make sure that you're public. Unless there's some situation in your life, maybe a job. I have a friend who's in my team whose husband works for like the CIA or something. She can't have a public profile. I get it. If you don't have anything like that, make sure your profile is public. Eventually, as you grow your Facebook and you get to that nearing that 5,000 mark, you want people to still be able to see what you're doing. But also the way that Facebook works, if you know, Kai and I are not friends and she shares something or I like something, it puts it in front of her network. So it's just a way to expand your network without having to necessarily be friends with people. So you want people to be able to go to your profile and see your information. So this is how you do that. You guys can screenshot this, jot it down really quickly. Or my best friend is Google, how do I change my Facebook to public? It'll give you step-by-step instructions. You can find anything you need on there. All right, so let's dig in. I want to give you guys some daily method of operations. This is what I run my business on. This is how I built to 6 figures in LifeVantage. This is what I teach my teams, what I teach my clients. So we want to post bare minimum once a day, every single day. The biggest thing about social media is you have to be super, super consistent. And we all know that that's where, I mean, how many times have you stopped working your business and then you're like, all right, I'm ready to start back up. And it's like, it's a nightmare. Or how many times have you stopped an exercise routine and like 2 or 3 months later, you want to get back to it and you hurt, you don't want to go, it's miserable. Or how about a diet, all right? We've all done these things. You're going to do it with your business. And I want to tell you to stay consistent. I don't know that there's ever been a day in the last 5.5 years that I have not posted something on Facebook, except for when I did like a complete blackout, like on Christmas Day, we went completely off the grid, right? And in July, I'm doing a 7-day mission trip. I don't know that I'll be on Facebook very often. I don't even know what it's going to be like. So post at least once a day. If you're going to post more than once a day, I recommend waiting at least 2 hours before posting again. This is crucial because here's what happens when I post. If I post right now at 9:25 and I post again in 30 minutes, that post at 9:25 is virtually gone. It pretty much doesn't get shown up again unless it's just really, really popular in that 30 minutes. So we want to let it marinate. We want to let it sit. Now, if you have a really good post, it's gained a lot of traction, people are commenting and liking, let it ride out. Give it a whole 24 hours. It's okay to let that happen. But if you have one that's kind of like mediocre and you've got something else you want to post, wait 2, 3, 4 hours, do it again. Vary it up, right? We don't just want to always post statuses. We don't want to always do video. We don't want to always do images. Change it up, have some variety. You can go to my Facebook, you can go to other people that are using Facebook a lot, see what they do, mimic them, rip off and repeat. Follow the 80-20 rule. Right? So we don't want to be walking advertisements. We don't want to be walking commercials. 80% value, 80% who are you? People want to know who you are. When I say they want to see your kids, they do. When I post about my nieces and nephews, it's like, man, I think I either need to have a kid or a puppy because it's just comments and traction galore. So give them what they want, right? Again, it's social media. They want to be social, but they want to know who you are. So let them into your life. And then 20% product, testimony, opportunity. Post things about your business or your product compliantly, of course, that gets them interested. If you don't know what to post, here's what I'm going to tell you to do. And I apologize. I don't know when I open up my Facebook, how many messages will be. That's not too bad. So if you go to someone's Facebook that you know is very good at posting, all right, and you click on these 3 dots right here. If you click search profile, and let's say you want to see a post that I have written about opportunity, you can search someone's profile with keywords and find anything they've ever posted about that word. This is a really good way to get creative ideas. This is a really good way to rip off and repeat. Let's say you want to find an NRF2 post. Anytime I've ever posted about NRF2 is going to pop up here if my internet wasn't going so slow. So guys, go to the people that you know are really maximizing Facebook and go find their posts. Change them up to fit you. Don't just copy and paste. Add in your words, add in your flair, because we still want it to be you, but don't overthink it. So that's my pro hack for you guys tonight. The next thing is you've got to grow your Facebook. If you're not yet to 1,000 Facebook friends, I want you to get there as fast as you possibly can. From there, I want you to jump to 3,000. And from there, I don't ever want you to be at 5,000, but I want you to always be hovering over that. Save 20 to 30 spots because you always want to be adding new, right? And if you're at 5,000, nobody can add you back. This is going to help you grow, going to help you get more traction, going to help you to be in front of your audience. We also have to give, right? We've got to give to get. This is just like anything in life. You've got to give value to get value. If you want people to comment and like on your posts, you better be commenting and liking on other people's posts. Set a timer, 10 minutes. Go and comment and like and comment, but give value. Don't just say, haha, so cool. Oh, that's great. No. Oh my gosh, I had no idea that was going on. Thank you for educating me. Like, be genuine, but give value because it will come back to you. When my husband, and I think he has headphones on, I don't even know, he can't hear me. When my husband started to build our other online business on Facebook, he was like, well, I get zero traction. He was so upset about it. I'm like, you don't give traction. You don't comment, you don't like, you're not in Messenger with people. And the second he flipped that, his social media started to grow. He started to gain that traction. The last two things that I want you guys to do every day is your happy birthday messages. And this can get tedious. Believe me, there are days I forget, but go into Messenger and wish a happy birthday. Don't just write on their timeline. And the reason is money is in the Messenger. So just by wishing that person a happy birthday in Messenger versus their timeline, they're going to start seeing more of your content. So that is why you need to be having a radical amount of conversations every single day in order to get people. And you can test me on this. Go tonight or tomorrow, go and message someone that you've never connected with in Messenger. And let me know if in the next 72 hours, they comment or like on something of your profile. It's creepy, but it's how it works. So you've got to get into Messenger somehow, some way, whether that's introducing yourself or happy birthdaying or whatever it is. So I want to get to the ITT section and then I'll have a few minutes. I know if you guys have to hop off, the rest of this is recorded, so no offense on that. But this is our system, ITT, Invite Tool Team, over and over and over again. I just do it on Facebook. I use the app, and I'm going to teach you that. Here are a few scripts. I use that word very loosely because if this doesn't sound like Beth, please don't say it. You are not a puppet. Change it up, be creative. This is just to give you ideas. One of the top one I use all the time. If I see you posting about a pain, you are posting that you had a migraine yesterday or your anxiety or your whatever, I'm in your inbox faster than you know what. And I'm asking you if you're open to a natural product that might help with that. I'm not making claims. I'm just asking if they're open. I had a customer yesterday. He posted what out there that's natural that helps with inflammation. What? I was like, NRF2. And then I messaged him and I said, hey, I've got a 4-minute video. You've got to check it out. It will reduce your inflammation. He's like, just send me the link to order. Okay, guys, that does not happen to me, but you've got to get into Messenger because do you think that when I went back to his post today, he had 50 comments from other people? 50 comments. He had already ordered from me. He ordered within 2 minutes. There's a few other options. Again, the idea here is just to take massive action and get into Messenger. Like 20 messages a day, 10 messages a day. Set a limit. What are you going to do? And don't go to bed at night until you've reached that goal. From there, we're going to get them into a tool. I truly do not care what tool you use. Listen to your leaders. Listen to what's working. I segue over to the app. I get their phone number. I text them the 4-minute NRF2 video. I simultaneously add them into Level Up, if you guys are utilizing this Facebook group, and I tag them in an overview. So for me, the tool is a 2-step process, but I want them to see all the information possible. And then I follow up with a 3-way conversation, right? So whatever you're doing for that, 3-way chats, 3-way calls, 3-way whatever, talk to your mentor who's working with you on 3-ways. They work, but they only work if you use them, right? So definitely, if you're not, figure it out. You can go into the app, guys, in case you didn't know. If you go to library, type invite in the library, and I think I have 3 trainings on ITT in there. So that will dive in a lot more with you. I wanted to be as mindful for 30 minutes that I could, but use the app, but use Facebook. I've had people be like, well, I don't have their number if I'm talking to them on Facebook. Ask them for their number. Don't give them an option. If you say, hey, what's the best number to text you this 4-minute video? They don't know you can send it through Facebook. They have no idea what your system is. And I've never had anyone not give me their phone number since we've started with this app, a year ago, I think. So that's really it, guys, for a mini social media training. I hope that this was beneficial, but I am open for 5 or 10 minutes of questions if Kai, if there's anybody that wants to speak out.
Yes. Thank you, Erika. Wasn't that such a wonderful, sort of like a great topic for us to learn tonight? Thank you, Erika. And we are fortunate Erika is opening this up for a Q&A. So please unmute your phone or unmute yourself and ask Erika the question right now. Who's first? Don't be shy.
Okay. Hi, Erika. This is Angela Bates.
Hi.
Hi. Thank you for taking my question. But anyway, how do you, know if people are really interesting or just, asking you, what is the product? Like, do you tell them like right away?
It really just depends. It just depends on the person. It depends on what the conversation is. I am of the point where I'll say, hey, I have a product. It's called Pro Tandem. It's absolutely incredible. You need to know about it. Can I send you a 4-minute video? So I don't plaster Pro Tandem all over my social media, but when I'm in Messenger, I'll say the name of it because I don't want them to feel like I'm being sneaky either. But again, I'm still saying you need to watch this video, and I'm getting them to the next point.
I have a question. This is Ruth. Hi, Erika. Thank you. Great training. Upselling. So for example, someone's interested in NRF2. How do you get them from just ordering a bottle of Pro Tandem to, let's say, a tri-synergizer? Or do you just send a link to Pro Tandem?
I lead with Pro Tandem. I lead with NRF2. It's what it's all we had in 2015 as far as the Pro Tandem lane goes. But I'll ask questions, and I'll ask enough questions to understand what they really need, and then I'll give recommendations. And I'll just say, hey, I truly think that the tri-synergizer would be your best option. If that's out of the budget, then I would do XYZ, and I'll usually give the Duo and the NRF2 option because I want to say, sometimes you just say good, better, best. They'll choose the middle anyway. But I want to at least give that option for them.
Great, thank you.
Yeah.
Anyone else, you guys, who still have a little more time?
Yes. Hi. My question was just when you are connecting with new people, are you being very direct with them, up front, or are you working a little bit more on relationship building and just waiting, to pop the question, sort of say?
Yeah. So pop the question. I love it. So again, it's always going to depend, but if it's a brand new person, like if you and I just connected on Facebook, I'm going to build a relationship with you. Now you can build a relationship more quickly by really getting into conversation that's not, how's the weather? How are your kids? Like I personally, I'm not good with chit chat. I'm not good with small talk. I run 5,000 miles a minute all day, every day. And even when my team, sometimes they'll get in my inbox and, hey, good morning. And I'm sitting over here like, what can I do for you? How can I help you? What do you want? But I realize people need that. So that's, emotional intelligence kicking in. But I would much rather get to the meat and the potatoes of our conversation so that we can move along faster. And the only way we do that is by asking, real and relevant questions, listening for pain points, and then going back a day, 2 days, 3 days. But you have to do what works for you.
Right.
If it feels yucky to you, then it's going to come off that way to them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very direct to the point, and I just say that, like, hey, listen, Kristen, I'm gonna talk to you about this opportunity. If it's not for you, cool. I still want to show it to you if you're open. If you're not, totally cool. We're still friends. I can't wait to get to know you more. I just feel like this might align with you. And I go straight to the point. That works for me. If it doesn't work for you guys, do what works for you. But I would encourage you to get to those next steps quickly, because if you and I just connected on Facebook and in 3 months, 6 months, a year, you prospect me and we've had like small talk for that long, I'm like, oh, she added me that long ago just to eventually talk to me about this. That's me. Again, what do you feel like? How do you feel? And if someone's in your inbox and you're turned off by it, don't do that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm direct and I like direct like you. I just don't think that,
that
everybody else does.
Just explain that though, because they're gonna appreciate your honesty more than anything.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that tip.
Hey, Kai, I have a question.
Excellent, Miri, take it away.
Hi, this is just wonderful advice. Thank you so much. My question is, when you're launching a new distributor, right, we've got the launch guide and you have them fill out the names. Is this where you focus their attention instead of going out there and, spending time building relationships, stuff like that? What do you do when you launch a new distributor?
Oh, when I launch a new distributor, I want them in action immediately. So we go through the launch guide and then we get them in the app and we have them add 5 people and send a message right away. Just honestly, just the pre-built message that's in the app. I like that. And then my goal is to get them to get me in 2-3 ways before their first 3 days in the business. That's me. That's how I launch people. I want to launch them quickly. I want to get them a win as fast as I can. I would rather them do it bad. I hate to say bad, but do it wrong, do it, whatever. If they're taking action, we can always tweak things as we go.
But your focus is on their list.
Yes.
Right, to start with. Okay.
Yeah, focus on their warm market, their hot market. Who are their biggest supporters? Who are their best friends? Go talk to those people.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, how about one more?
I have one if nobody else does.
Yes, go ahead. Oh my God, this is such a great time for us to ask.
I would love an example of a 3-way messaging introduction, how you get it started.
So the biggest thing about a 3-way conversation is the edification part. If you're edifying your leader and you don't edify them and really tell their story, and they have to edify themselves, it's just not fun for anyone. It comes off as bragging. It comes off as, one, your prospective distributor doesn't even care. They don't value that person's time because they don't know how valuable it is. So you have to be in charge of that. So what I teach, and I give my team my bio. I want them to just be able to copy and paste it or read it, so they don't have to overthink it. But edify your leader, tell their story, and then edify your prospect. I don't really like that word, but edify your person to them. And then at the end of that 3-way, your leader should edify you to them.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Wonderful. Okay, you guys, it's 8:42. We went a little beyond our regular 30 minutes, but isn't this phenomenal, right? I told you a while ago, I've been like texting you guys, hey, you can't miss this, you can't miss this, but I proved you right? So everybody, thank you so much. We got 52 people on this call. I love Erika. Thank you for sharing your wisdom with us, because this is one of the most people struggle the most in this arena, the social media arena. and we have got the expert here and enlighten you a little bit on how to use your messenger wisely, your Facebook sort of like profile. And she also stressed out about ITT. You guys, you've got to really follow the system. Without the I, you only use TT, it's not gonna pan out. You use the IT without the third party validation, it's just gonna, you know, lower down the percentage of you getting your customer or your distributor on board. So thank you very much, and welcome again to Sunny and Jen, who just recently joined our regular Think Like a Pro cross-line leaders, elite leaders. And guys, without you guys joining us on this call every Wednesday, we are not here. We're nothing. So thank you very much, and have a good evening. And please drop a 1 for Erika Dale. Just give her a tender loving care. Thank you, Erika, and I love you all. Thank you so much, and until next Wednesday. All right.
Thank you.